themselves that the rule of law is worth fighting for, and that we are not alone in that belief. Yeah. I think you can see here, you are not alone in that belief. The public's confidence in the rule of law and the legal system is eroding. All the studies show that. The public should know that the legal community, regardless of our geographic, cultural, and political identities, stands together to reaffirm our core obligations to support an independent judicial and legal system, and that it's there to serve all people. What a lot of people don't know about attorneys is that there are a lot of rules that go into one becoming an attorney, and then after you're an attorney, you're supposed to follow. One, and the most important, the foundation of our profession, is the rules of professional conduct. And the preamble to those rules has a very important presupposition. It calls on every lawyer to further the public's understanding of and the confidence in the rule of law and the justice system. Because legal institutions in a constitutional democracy, such as ours, depend on popular participation and support to maintain their authority. And we lawyers have a role to play in that, as mandated to us by our oaths. We stand together here to emphasize the solemn oath we take again, and that we've taken before, to gain access to the legal profession, to support the Constitution, both the U.S. and Washington Constitutions, as the cornerstone of our democracy. The U.S. Constitution promises us that we are united as a citizenry under the rule of law. Nobody is above the law, and we all have inalienable liberties and rights that the government cannot infringe upon. We stand together because we, as a legal community, take our constitutional oath seriously. It's not just a matter of principle, but it's a matter of heart. The Constitution is a promise, but its ideal can only be carried out when we lawyers act. Today, thank you. What? Is that a clap? Thank you. Constitution is worth clapping for. Today, in a time of great national divide, we are here, publicly, recommitting to the promise and aspiration of justice for all. Our legal community stands together today and into the future with this belief that the rule of law safeguards all persons' fundamental liberties and freedoms. That is the promise of our Constitution of democracy, and that is the promise of our oaths as lawyers to defend. The Washington State Bar Association asked Kirsten Barron, who's hiding back there by the stop sign, Judge Jennifer Slattery, and myself to help coordinate this event. But I was so impressed with how many of you, so many of you, reached out to hear and asked how you could help spread the word. And I want to ask you to look around. There are more people here than you'll see at a local bar meeting. There are more people here than you'll even see at our giant Law Advocates event. This might be the greatest gathering of lawyers ever in Whatcom County. I'm so impressed with all of you. I want to thank all of you on behalf of the state and local bars, because you have all made a choice of leadership today. Merely by choosing to spend your valuable time in this way, you have taken us forward. We do not choose the times we are born into, but we do choose what we do with our time. And if judges and lawyers are not willing to and able to defend the liberty and freedom for all people and the rule of law, who will? And speaking of judges, on that note, I would like to introduce one of the ambassadors of this event, one of the organizers. Welcome, Superior Court Judge Jennifer Slattery.
It's always difficult to follow up after Rajiv. So I just have a few brief comments. Lawyers, as guardians of the law, play a vital role in the preservation of society. This is a direct quote from Washington State Rules of Professional Conduct, and I will say it one more time because apparently I don't know how to use a microphone. Lawyers, as guardians of the law, play a vital role in the preservation of society. This is a fundamental principle that is at the beginning of our Rules of Professional Conduct for attorneys. And I want everyone to keep that principle in your mind as you take the oath again today that Judge Freeman is about to administer. Dedicate yourself again to the fact that you are all guardians of the law. I took a different yet similar oath this past summer when I was sworn in as a judge. Me and my fellow judicial officers are also dedicated to fulfill our duty to support the Constitution of the United States and of Washington, and to ensure that laws are applied equally and fairly in our courts. And I want to thank all of you for being here today to support the judicial officers and the courts of Whatcom County. I look around today and I see a lot of different people that probably have different political beliefs, a lot of different attorneys who practice in a wide range of areas of law. Many of you oppose each other regularly in court in cases that you have, but you are all here today and agree that we all have this duty to uphold the rule of law. You are all here to rededicate yourself as attorneys to uphold the rule of law. And that's for the sake of our youth and to preserve our society. So I want to thank you all for being here, taking this oath again, recommitting to our profession, and to being guardians of the law. And with that, I'm going to hand it over to Judge Freeman, who's going to say a few words before he administers the oath.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'm going to apologize now. Justice is blind, and so am I, and I'm struggling a little bit with my eyesight this afternoon, so bear with me here. First of all, I want to thank the organizers of the event, Rajiv, Jennifer, Kirsten, and man, what a crowd we've got today. This is amazing. I think this truly is probably the biggest event we've had in Whatcom Bar history here. I will say I'm going to keep my remarks relatively short because I've had nightmares about meeting this many attorneys on the courthouse today. I will try to keep this short. I will also try to stay on script, but I can't promise it. I want to note that this oath that you all are taking again, it reaffirms your commitment to the law, your clients, and to the institution of the judiciary. I have the privilege of administering this oath today as I'm presiding, but it's all of us that are a part of this institution. I have the privilege of witnessing your dedication on a daily basis in Whatcom County Superior Court, and I cannot say how proud I am of our local bar, the advocacy that you provide, and the collegiality. Okay. The profession requires self-sacrifice, the setting aside of personal interests for the benefit of others, recognizing that the importance of an individual right has the threat on all of our rights. You are reaffirming your oath at a time where our dedication and our life's work feels as though they are under attack. A time where many of you, particularly in public service, are being asked to do more with less. We've asked members of the bar, strike that. We have told members of the bar to step up. Take cases for some of our most underprivileged, some of our most vulnerable, some of our most threatened liberty interests. And I see a number of these folks who have stepped up over the last couple of years and maintained the integrity of this system. And I thank you for that today. in a time where we face shortages of attorneys to represent our community and face greater risks when it comes to their liberty interests. The Whatcom County Bar continues to rise to these challenges, as you are today. Attorneys have stepped up. We have law advocates here who has been an institution in our community, a cherished institution, I will say, for a very long time. I'm just going to drop the script at this point. I cannot say how proud I am to have spent my entire legal career practicing amongst all of you. This bar is something that has supported me over the years and has supported our community in ways that, frankly, I feel privileged. And so today, we reaffirm that oath. We reaffirm, you practitioners reaffirm that oath. And I want to thank all of these judicial officers that have turned out to reaffirm our dedication to an independent judiciary. And with that, I'll ask everyone to raise your right hands and repeat after me. I state your full name.
I, Katrina Elsa Tabari,
Do solemnly declare I am fully subject to the laws of the state of Washington
I am fully subject to the laws of the state of Washington
and the laws of the United States and will abide by the same.
and the laws of the United States and will abide by the same.
I will support the Constitution of the state of Washington
I will support the Constitution of the state of Washington
and the Constitution of the United States.
and the Constitution of the United States.
I will abide by the rules of professional conduct approved
I will abide by the rules of professional conduct approved
by the Supreme Court of the state of Washington.
by the Supreme Court of the state of Washington.
I will maintain the respect due to the courts of justice and judicial officers.
I will maintain the respect due to the courts of justice and judicial officers.
I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceeding
I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceeding
which shall appear to me to be unjust
which shall appear to me to be unjust
or any defense except as I believe to be
or any defense except as I believe to be
honestly debatable under the law,
honestly debatable under the law,
unless it is in defense of a person charged with a public offense.
unless it is in defense of a person charged with a public offense.
I will employ for the purposes of maintaining
I will employ for the purposes of maintaining
the causes confided to me only those means consistent with truth.
the causes provided to me only those means consistent with truth
And honor.
and honor.
I will never seek to mislead the judge or jury
I will never seek to mislead the judge or jury
by any artifice or false statement.
by any artifice or false statement.
I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets
I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets
of my clients
of my clients
and will accept no compensation
and will accept no compensation
in connection with the business of my client
in connection with the business of my client
unless this compensation is from
unless this compensation is from
or with the knowledge and approval
or with the knowledge and approval
of the client
of the client
or with the approval of the court.
or with the approval of the court.
I will maintain from all offensive personalities
In from all offensive personalities.
that was abstain. We don't have a court recorder out here, I don't. So I'm going to go ahead and do that one over.
Yeah.
I will abstain from all offensive personalities
I will abstain from all offensive personalities
and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor
and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor
or reputation of a party
or reputation of a party
or witness
or witness
unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged.
unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged.
I will never reject,
I will never reject,
from any consideration personal to myself,
any consideration personal to myself,
the cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
the cause of the defenseless or oppressed,
or delay unjustly the cause of any person.
or delay unjustly the cause of any person.
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Great job. Thus, meaningful oaths in our history of humankind go back thousands of years. Our society is based on oaths, and this oath is important. Now, you have resaid the words that you've already sworn to. Now, what do we do? In truth, we all have to do different things and play different roles and work on different solutions. But I hope that all of us coming together today is the beginning of a renewed covenant with each other, our bar associations, and the public. I do have 3 other more concrete things that you can take away from this event to help our community come closer together and uphold the rule of law. 1, this is amazing. Join your local bar association. Whether you are in private practice or public practice, criminal work, civil work, transactional work, we need to come together to exchange ideas and perspectives. The law has become so specialized, so siloed, that it is harder for us as a profession and a community to know what is happening in each other's practice areas, to know what injustices are happening. It's harder to see the big picture of what law is about. And the best solution to that is knowing the lawyers in your community outside of your field of practice. 2, sign up for the WSBA Ambassador Program, which coordinated this event and is designed to help volunteer lawyers educate and engage with their local communities, not just the lawyers, to uphold the rule of law as a cornerstone of our democracy. And 3, by the way, I gotta pause before I say 3. I should mention something. The State Bar is thinking of us. They actually sent us a staffer. Katie Mulligan, will you wave your hand? Where are you? There's Katie, down center. So Katie was sent by the State Bar. She can help connect you with all of these things. She can take down contact information if you're not comfortable with QR codes. If you want more information about item 2 that I just mentioned, the Ambassador Program, or item 3 that I'm about to mention, please grab her. That'd be fantastic. In a consentful way.
I consent.
Finally, register for the May 6th CLE on the rule of law and constitutional crises for attorneys, because knowing is half the battle. That's all I have to say, but I'm so heartened. You have inspired hope in me. I did not expect this turnout. This gives me hope. I hope it gives all of you hope, and I hope we all come together. Thank you all so much for being here.